to number 5, and of course I looked very embarrassed and like I didn't mean to do that. So it's a very funny little commercial. It ran for quite a while, and then a few years later they actually remade the commercial with a whole new cast. But I have to say ours was better. And in the last few years, I mean, when I was younger, I did a lot of Law and Orders. So I was on the original Law and Order. I did 3 appearances on the original Law and Order. I did 1 Criminal Intent, 1 Special Victims Unit, and then more recently, I've been on such shows as 30 Rock, The Good Wife, Elementary, Blue Bloods, Instinct, and then most recently The Blacklist and Bull. So I've done a lot of guest starring. So people might, Pokemon fans might have seen me on the shows and not realized that they were watching Professor Oak. But,
yeah.
And hopefully there'll be more of those appearances as as time goes on. Right now, when I'll start working on the musical, I'll pretty much be focused on that, so I won't be able to go back and forth to New York for auditions. So,
yeah.
So, I think someone's trying to call me, but I'm going to ignore that. So.
Yeah, I've never done film or television work. I've done voice acting work and theater work, but I love voice acting work as well because you just rely on your voice, and there's many different ranges you can go from.
Oh yeah, it's great, and the thing is, you don't have to look your best. So that's,
yeah.
People say, you can go in your underwear, you can do in your pajamas. So it's nice because you just focus on what you're there. It takes the ego out of it. When you're in a live situation, you're always thinking about, well, how's my hair? What am I wearing? How do I look in my costume? But that's never an issue with voice acting. So I always appreciated that.
Yeah, I find voice acting much more interesting than film and television.
Yeah, I think so. Well, every situation I've been in, because when you're coming into a television show as a guest star, it's all new. The cast, the regular cast and the crew, they're all used to it. But for you, the challenge is getting as comfortable in a new environment as they are in one that they work on every day. So I think it's a little more pressured as a guest actor in a live television situation than it is in voice acting. But I think I've been doing it now long enough where very little phases me. So
yeah,
I can go in, size it up. They always have a rehearsal before they actually start filming, so that gives me a chance to get comfortable on the set, and then even as they're shooting, things get changed as they work. The thing about television shows is they have a lot of shots to cover in one day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different sets, different locations, and so obviously they want every scene to go as smoothly as possible, because then they can move on. Otherwise, they wind up going into overtime, and that gets very expensive. So you don't necessarily want to be the reason why they're running late.
Yeah.
You want to keep. It's like jumping onto a moving train, and but I've gotten much better at that. So I feel like okay. Not a problem. I'll just jump in, and it'll all work out, and it always does. So I just shot a little short film for an old college friend of mine. Her son is now a young filmmaker, so I went out to New Jersey and we shot this little short film that he wrote, and that was really fun to do. And I did basically all my principal shooting in one day. So that was a lot of concentrating, but I think we accomplished a lot, you know. So I'm anxious to see it when it's finally finished and put together. So
yeah, it's amazing what these new filmmakers can turn out to be with a new project. You know, these new short films and stuff.
Absolutely, and now you can pretty much film on anything. You know, you can film on an iPad, you can film on your iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, he actually had some great little cameras that were sort of miniatures of what you would work on, you know, on a big project. And I think he got a good result from it. So, you know, also the technology has just improved so much. So, when I was in college, everything was on film. So, you know, you'd shoot a film on 16 millimeter because that's what everybody worked on, you know. And you know, it's just interesting to see how the film business and the technology of it has changed just in the years since you know, then I've been doing this. And then, you know, I think about, you know, how fast everything moves. I don't think maybe people today even understand how rapid things are changing, you know.
Yeah.
When my own grandmother told me how when the first cars came down the street in my hometown, New Jersey, how the horse-drawn carriages would come down and the horses would rear up because they were afraid of the cars. So
wow.
that gives you an idea how much can change in, you know, a couple of generations. So
yeah. Technology has changed throughout the years and the generations. It has some good times, some bad times, I guess, with technology.
Yeah, you know what I miss most about that? I was a really avid photographer, and I loved working on film. And then I'd take the rolls of film and I'd send them away to the, you know, processing house, and they would send me back my prints, and I got so excited about how did they come out, and that doesn't exist anymore, really. I mean, you really don't work in that medium anymore because everything's digitized. And I find the problem with that is I don't know where all those photographs are. Some of them are on little, you know, chips. They're on little cards. They're on flash drives. Some of them are in the cloud.
Yeah.
So I'm having trouble keeping track of everything. So.
Yeah.
So I'm still looking for some years that seem to have you know, escaped me. So, but maybe I can get Pikachu to help me look around.
Yeah, get one of the Pokemons to help you.
That's right.
My next question is, and I know we talked a little bit about this, but do you have any advice for people who want to be a voice actor and a voice actor?
Sure. I think it's the kind of thing where I think a voice actor never stops really practicing, and I think learning a good mic technique is very important, which, you know, and you can pick up an inexpensive mic, you can hook it to your computer, you can use GarageBand, and you can, you know, you can take copy out of a magazine and read it like it's a live announcement. I'd say it's just about doing. If you already have a facility for that, that's great. It's always great to stretch yourself. And, you know, even now I find I could still learn a different accent, or I'll discover a different vocal approach that I didn't even know I had. So I think it's about being open and being flexible, and real. I think anybody who wants, if you want to be an actor, you want to be a voice actor, you have to want it really badly. And
Yeah.
I think if you're just sort of wishy-washy about it, then don't do it. If it's something that you get up in the morning and you think about it and it really excites you, then go for it. But same thing with stage acting. Practice, read scripts out loud. If you're a musical theater person, build your repertoire. Go through the libraries. It's so easy to get music online now.
Mm-hmm.
Learn them. Work on your vocal techniques, because there's just a lot of competition out there. So the goal is to be the person they want more than anybody else. And it's like Pokemon's a good example, because sometimes ignorance is bliss, because I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know anything about this series. I really didn't even know much about anime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, until I did Pokemon, the word anime wasn't really part of my vocabulary, and it taught me an awful lot about a whole segment of voice acting that I wasn't really involved with, and in that sense, it was very life-changing. And what's even more life-changing is knowing that millions of people have enjoyed the work that we did. That was really kind of it's humbling and it's gratifying. So I consider myself very lucky to have been able to been a part of that. So
yeah, it's a good business to be in, and it's not for everybody. Yeah.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So if there's something else that you also enjoy doing, I'd say do that other thing. That's unless you would not be happy if you didn't. Then I'd say okay, and give it a try.
Yeah.
And you got to dive in 100%.
Yeah, you have to have the passion for it, and you really have to love it and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's true. I enjoyed every time I went in for a session. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew we were going to have it. It was going to be work that I loved doing, and it was challenging and exciting, and always a lot of fun. We always managed to have laughs in the middle of the work that we did.
Yeah, I love doing voice acting in radio. I've been doing it for 6 years, and it's wonderful to do. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but it's fun to do.
Sure. Well, that's great. Well, good for you.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully that will continue too.
I hope so, and I know so. Well, Mr. Zagnit, it's been a pleasure talking to you and hearing about your career and your experiences and your advice to me and my listeners. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And Professor, I just want to say to all my friends out there, good to talk to you, and you take care.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was voice actor and actor Mr. Stuart Zagnit. Sorry, I'm getting the giggles over here. Join us tomorrow when we interview comedy writer Miss Ann Beats. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.